Hello, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland. I'm speaking to you from an undisclosed location. Anyway, so here I am in Paris outside Notre Dame Cathedral, as in meaning Our Lady Cathedral. So there was an Archbishop of Paris, Suy, I think you pronounce his surname, S-U-L-L-Y, and in about 1160 he decided they needed to build this cathedral. It took 180 years to finish, although after more like 150 it was almost completed. 30 years to do the last little bit of work. And so you can see the North Tower and the South Tower here. This door is at the west end of the cathedral, because like Christian places of worship to the west of Jerusalem faces east. The altar's at the far end, so towards Jerusalem. And this is the North Tower, and that's the South Tower. We're on l'Île de France, as in the island of France. So this island in the middle of the river Seine. And when the ancient Romans were conquering Gaul, that's France, they found a tribe who was living on this island called the Parigi, and the Parigi gave their name to Paris, although the Romans had a different name for Paris in Latin, beginning with an with an L, Lusitatia or something like that. Anyway, so l'Île de France is also used as a name for this whole region around Paris. So this is an extremely historic site, obviously, and so many momentous events in French history have taken place here. Royal marriages, funerals, baptisms and so forth, memorials for various things. I remember 2010 when that Air France flight coming back from Brazil crashed in the Atlantic. They held a memorial service here, which is odd because it's a secular state. Since 1904, la loi de laïcité, the French Republic does not support or oppose any religion, is neutral in religious affairs. You can be any religion or no religion. The state will never ask you what faith you are, or indeed they never ask what race you are. They officially do not record such data, although some ethnic minority groups believe they should, because they think the non-recording of ethno-religious information masks discrimination. But anyway, notably it was not used for coronations of the kings of France. That was at Reims, a city somewhat to the east of here, but Reims is spelled R-E-I-M-S, despite the pronunciation. Now, one king of France who was crowned here was Henry VI, who was also the King of England, because in the Wars of the Roses he was crowned in Westminster, King of England, as an infant. He was 9 months old when his father had perished, and then when he was 10 he was brought here to France. Why was he not crowned at Reims? That's because his uncle, King Charles VII of France, said, "No, I'm the rightful king of France, you're not," and he controlled Reims, which is why Henry VI never made it there, so was crowned here. So you may know that a famous tale of Esmeralda, the gypsy girl, and Quasimodo, who's up in one of these towers ringing the great bell Emmanuel. And Quasimodo, his name means misshapen in Latin. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's by Victor Hugo, if memory serves. It's been made a sort of Disney cartoon as well. So there are 3 large doors in the front, and they all depict different scenes from the Bible, the poor man's Bible they call it, because of course most people are illiterate, they needed that. So the Seine, well, there's a channel of the Seine that way is the nearest one, and there's obviously another channel of the Seine over there. So there 3 bridges connect this island to the mainland parts of Paris, north and south, and there's also another island close by, and there's a bridge connects this island to the other one. So some very distinguished people have lived here. René Coty, the president of France, 1954 to 59, he lived on the other side of this island. Various plaques for famous writers who lived just within the shadow of Notre Dame. Anyway, there was a fire there in April 2019, and they're rebuilding it. Then coronavirus came in. There's still more work to be done. As you say, the exterior is unscathed, but some of the interior is messed up. They're still working on it, and they had a drawing competition. They got children to draw various images of the cathedral and its interior and so forth. So very close by is La Conciergerie, which was a royal palace and latterly a prison, and Louis XVI and then Marie Antoinette, they were imprisoned there before their execution. It was January 1793. He had his head smitten from his body at is it Place de la Concorde, or where that Egyptian obelisk is now, and then it was September 1793 when she was done to death in a like manner, the same location. So she was an Austro-Hungarian princess who married the King of France, and she definitely did not say laissez-il manger de la brioche. An earlier Queen of France might have said them, and brioche is not cake. It's a bit closer to bread. We don't have it. Anyway, so there you can see some of the drawings these children have made of what they think Notre Dame looks like. Rather impressionistic, this one here. Anyway, that's enough for me. So do visit Notre Dame if you possibly can. That's all. So please follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Book online lessons with me in history, politics, French, law, religious studies, geography, and so forth. And I edit documents, you know, essays, dissertations, theses, and so forth. I help people with elocution lessons. And I translate from French, Spanish, Italian, German, Romanian, and Russian. Oh, another thing is, so I really need donations to keep the channel going. So please donate to me most liberally on PayPal, or to possibly Patreon. PayPal, you'll find me at georgecallahan79@gmail.com. That's all one word. Callahan spelled C-A-L-L-A-G-H-A-N. Toodaloo.